Melody and I are in Bucksport, Maine. This is the Penobscot River you're looking at. And today we are going to Fort Knox, Maine, which is right across the river. That is a granite fort. It was built to defend against British attack. And that bridge is the Narrows Bridge. The Penobscot Narrows Bridge. And this is a very unique bridge. If you look closely, you can see that they have a tower. I'm not sure whether it's both towers or just one of the towers. You can take an elevator up, and they have an observation platform. And we're going to do that today, as well as check out the fort. So we're going to head on over. First, Melody and I are going to grab some lunch here in Bucksport, Maine, and then we're going to head across the bridge. I'll give you some dash cam footage going across that bridge. We're going to give you a tour of the fort and then go up in one of those towers. We share the best camping locations in the USA.
Hi guys, we hope you enjoy the video.
Check out our RV and camping related gear at our Amazon storefront. Link in video description. Okay, here's the bridge. We'll be going up in this bridge a little bit later. First, we're going to go to Fort Knox, Maine. You can see the tower up ahead. It has windows in the top. The fort is right around the corner, so I'm just going to leave the dash cam on so you can see where the entrance to Fort Knox, Maine is located. Purchase your tickets for the Narrows Bridge Observatory at Fort Knox. And here's Fort Knox off to the right. The sign says Fort Knox State Historic Site. And there's a booth here. We stopped and talked to the lady yesterday. So we're going to go ahead and pay the entry fee and get this tour started. Okay, so it looks like it cost us $18 for 2 adult tickets for both Fort Knox and the observatory. You don't have to drive back out of the compound here. They have a separate parking area for the Bridge Observatory. But first we're going to do Fort Knox, and then we're going to relocate the truck to the upper parking lot, and we will go up in the tower. So folks, we have arrived at Fort Knox, Maine, not to be confused with Fort Knox, Kentucky. Let's go check out this fortification. So it says, Fort Entrance, Visitor Center, Gift Shop, this way. This is the entrance. They do have a gift shop. And the fort is right up there. Oh, wow.
You can see the restaurant we ate at.
This is the view. Yeah, you can see the restaurant.
The yellow building.
The yellow building is where we just had lunch. It was good. I'll put a few photos up at the end of the video to show you where we ate. Oh, this is cute.
Oh wow, look at that.
Oh wow, they got a big old cannon down there. You see that cannon, huh? Yeah, we just ate across the river. And this is the fortification. So let's go check it out. Beautiful river. Beautiful vantage point of the river from here. Well, we haven't even went inside the fort yet, and I can tell just by how many cannon emplacements they had out there along the river, they'd surely be able to blow a ship apart, any ship apart, trying to come upriver. We've got a little overlook over here. Let's take a peek over here. That is pretty. And this goes right out into the bay, which extends out into the Atlantic Ocean. So you surely don't have to go too far to get a ship in here from the ocean. Wow. They said this is a granite fort. It is impressive. So they have a picnic area around the corner here. There's the bridge we'll be going to a little bit later, but this is the entrance right here. So let's go check out the fort. So they do have a center courtyard area in here. You can see where they have a little ambulance set up. And I'm standing in one of the places where you'd have a gun emplacement. There's a couple gun emplacements up there. Here's a cannon. The sign says 24-pounder flank howitzer. And there's multiple gun emplacements here. This is where the cannon would go out. And this is granite. The whole fort is built of granite. Wow. And that is a shot. And you got some height for your cannon going out into the river. And then they got a couple more gun emplacements here with actual cannons set up. Oh, this is a lot bigger gun here. Got rollers on it. And you got this ring where they can pivot it. So this appears to be a multi-tiered fort. As you progress along the fort, it just keeps tiering up. You can see different levels. We're now above the courtyard.
You want to go down or up?
Let's go up. Oh, nice view of the courtyard here.
Holy cow. These steps are wicked.
And everything is granite. I had heard that this entire fort was granite. Oh, wow.
Yeah, very pretty.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is well worth it. Look at the view of the courtyard from here. Well, folks, this is a sprawling fort. You can see the bridge that we're going to go up in there. But look down over the fortification right here. This is thick. These walls are super, super thick. And they even have more gun emplacements down along the river, down below. And so, of course, that's the Narrows Bridge. That leads out into the bay and then on out into the Atlantic Ocean. And this is the, I believe it's pronounced Penobscot River, and it heads north up into Maine, going up this way. And so they have quite this fort can defend on any ship coming in from the Atlantic, and then all the way up this way to the head north up into Maine. So you can see how thick these walls are. I've seen forts like this before, but they've never been made out of solid granite. So this is really something else. Another thing that I just noticed is I don't recall in other Civil War era forts that we've visited, coastal defense forts, where you had so many gun emplacements. Look at all the gun emplacements. All the way around here. So they had these ships, if they wanted to defend, they had these ships coming and going. They had guns pointed every different direction. Even here where the flagpole is was a gun emplacement. And then down below as well. Well, I tell you, if you're visiting Maine and you're in the Bangor area, you surely want to stop and check out this fort, Fort Knox, Maine. Melody is like a little kid in a candy store. She's just roaming all over this fort. So Melody just commented, she noticed that the tower on the right has windows and the tower on the left does not. So we're willing to bet that we're going up in the right-hand tower. Look at this view, folks. Isn't this something? Well worth a visit to Fort Knox, Maine. Let's head over to the Penobscot Narrows Bridge Observation Tower. So there's plenty of parking down here. It's basically at the foot of the tower. That's the tower we're going up. And they even have restrooms down here. We passed a large picnic area between the fort and the observation tower. So that is part of this complex. We've seen quite a few eagles while we've been in Maine. It is a very pretty area. Let's go up in the observation tower. Welcome to the Penobscot Narrows Observatory. The Waldo Hancock Bridge. And you can see the remnants of an old bridge off to the left here. And clear this group of trees. We saw it coming in. There's the old bridge right there. Either side of these trees. The pilings are still there. Yeah, right there's the pilings for the old bridge. But this is quite the engineering marvel. My oldest son is a civil engineer. He would surely be interested in this bridge.
You have our tickets?
Yep. Welcome to the tallest public bridge observatory in the world. No kidding. No kidding. Here we go.
The guy told us 15 seconds and we'll be to the second floor.
15-second ride to the top. You let us go up by ourselves. And here we go.
How are you? I'm fine, thank you. Right to your right, please.
Thank you. Oop. Wow. So once you get off the elevator, you can go up further. So Melody's already started up the steps. You have quite the view, as you can see. There's Bucksport over in there. So there's Bucksport. You can see the fort, Fort Knox, right there. That's a good vantage point of Fort Knox. The Penobscot River. There's the other tower. We can walk around there. Melody's just breathless.
Melody's knees are shaking. My knees are shaking.
So they have a schematic here in order to show you what the different elevations and peaks are on the horizon. And you can see out into the bay. It widens out. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. But yeah. The Atlantic Ocean's right out in there. So you could see why they built the fort. It's very accessible to the Atlantic Ocean. The river. Hi, we were there, Cadillac Mountain.
Right there. Right there.
Oh.
Right where that tower is, behind the tower.
Okay, so that's looking straight into the tower, the other tower. And right off to the left is Cadillac Mountain. Not that one, that one. That's Cadillac Mountain. Melody and I were on the summit at Cadillac Mountain not so long ago. A little bit earlier in our trip. We have really enjoyed our trip to Maine. There's so much. Maine has exceeded our expectations, folks. And as you can see, here's one of those schematics, and it does say Cadillac Mountain is right out in here. Elevation 1,530 feet. You can see Bar Harbor, Maine very clearly from the top of Cadillac Mountain. This is some spectacular, a spectacular vantage point from the observatory.